The elevator doors are closing when a gloved hand stops them. He steps in. I should look at my phone. I should check the time, reread Nico's goodnight text from my mom, do anything except meet his eyes. But my body doesn't listen. My gaze lifts, just for a second, and the whole car feels like held breath. He's in black, coat open, hands easy at his sides, but there's something coiled underneath the stillness. Like gravity works differently around him. The doors seal us in. You don't flirt with men like me. His voice is low, winter and stone. My throat goes dry. I don't flirt with anyone. I work. I go home. Then stop staring like you're praying for me. Every time you see me. Heat floods my face. I grip the handle of my cleaning cart so hard the metal bites into my palm, and I force my eyes to the floor numbers ticking up. 38. 39. My heart is so loud I'm sure he can hear it. 44. The doors open and I push past him. Knees unsteady, my pulse hammering in places I haven't felt in years. I don't look back, but I know, somehow I know, he's still watching. How did I end up inside this moment? 2 weeks earlier, I didn't even know his name. It's 10:17 p.m. when I wheel my cart into the lobby of the Celestine Tower, same as every weeknight. The marble gleams under those cold white lights, and the squeaky wheel on my cart announces me like a warning bell. Here comes the help. Look busy. I don't mind. Invisible suits me fine. I'm 25, widowed, and the mother of a 4-year-old who thinks dinosaurs are the pinnacle of human achievement. My day starts at 6 a.m. with Nico's breakfast, ends at midnight when I collapse into bed still smelling like lemon cleaner and glass polish. In between, his preschool drop-off, my own night classes in accounting twice a week, and this, 8 floors of penthouses that cost more per month than I'll make in 5 years. The Celestine caters to people who don't ask how much things cost. They assume the world will adjust. I've been cleaning here for 11 months, long enough to know which residents leave tips and envelopes by the door, Mrs. Chen on 42, always. Which ones pretend I'm furniture, most, and which floors to save for last because the air up there feels different. Heavier, like money has weight. I don't look at the people. That's the rule I made after Manny died. Don't look, don't wonder, don't want. Manny was my high school sweetheart. The boy who held my hand in the cafeteria and proposed on my 21st birthday with a ring he saved up for by working double shifts at his uncle's auto shop. We got married 3 months later in my mom's backyard. He wore a suit from Goodwill, and I wore a white dress I sewed myself. And when he kissed me, I thought, this is it. This is the only love I'll ever need. 6 months later, a drunk driver ran a red light on Junction and 5th. Manny died on impact. The business loan he'd co-signed for his uncle didn't. So now I work. I go to school. I don't look at men in expensive suits, and I definitely don't let myself feel the thing I felt tonight when the elevator doors opened and, no. I shove the memory down and punch the service button for the 44th floor. 2 weeks earlier, I just finished the 36th floor and was hauling my cart toward the service elevator when I heard voices in the main lobby. Low, clipped. The kind of conversation that makes the air go still. I should have kept walking, but I glanced up just for a second, and I saw him. Tall, dark coat, dark hair, a profile that looked like it had been carved with something sharp and unforgiving. He was standing near the concierge desk, hands in his pockets, head tilted slightly as someone spoke to him. But he wasn't looking at them. He was looking at me. Not a glance, not a polite twice over. A full, unhurried assessment that started at my scuffed sneakers and traveled up until our eyes locked, and something in my chest kicked. It wasn't butterflies, it was teeth. Manny's smile had been sunshine, open and easy, the kind of warmth you could live inside. This man's gaze felt like a hand at the base of my spine, firm, possessive, and completely unafraid of the answer. I looked away so fast I almost tripped over my own cart. By the time I steadied myself, he was gone. But every night since, at exactly 10:17 p.m., I've felt the pull. Tonight is no different. I'm wiping down the glass elevator panels on the 44th floor when my phone buzzes in my pocket. Unknown number. You're late? My stomach drops. It's the 3rd message this week. Always from a different number. Always after dark. The first one came 5 days ago. Manny's debt didn't die with him. You have 2 weeks. I'd called the bank. They said the loan had been sold to a collections agency. When I tried to call them, the line was disconnected. The second message was worse. We know where the boy goes to school. I don't answer. I never answer. But my hands shake as I shove the phone back into my pocket and grip the edge of the cart. 2 weeks. I have won $200 in savings. The loan is for $40,000. I don't sleep anymore. Tonight, after my shift, I take the long way to the bus stop. There's a man in a gray hoodie leaning against the corner of the building across the street. And I've seen him twice before. Same spot, same posture. I pull my coat tighter and keep my head down. The bus is late. My phone buzzes again. Unknown number. Tick-tock, Lucia. My breath catches. They know my name now. I don't realize I'm crying until a tear hits the screen. The next near encounter happens 3 nights later, and it's nothing. That's what I tell myself. I'm in the service elevator with a stack of fresh linens for 47 when the doors open on 44, and he steps in. My breath stops. He doesn't look at me, just moves to the opposite corner, hands in his pockets, eyes on the floor numbers like I'm not even here. But the space shrinks, the air changes. I can smell him, something clean and cold, like winter pressed into expensive fabric, with a faint metallic edge underneath. Not cologne, something sharper. I focus on the seam of the linen bag in my hands and count my breaths. In, out, in, out. The elevator climbs. 45, 46. He still hasn't moved, but I feel the weight of him, the thairness of him. Like my body knows he's close, even though I'm staring at industrial-grade cotton. 47, the doors open. I step out, dragging my cart, and I don't look back. But I feel it again, that pull, low in my stomach, like a hook behind my ribs. It's wrong. Manny was safe. Manny was light. He made me laugh in the produce aisle and sang off-key in the shower and never looked at me like I was something to be hunted. This man, whoever he is, feels like the opposite of every good thing I've ever known. And I can't stop thinking about him. The calls get worse. On Thursday, I'm walking Nico to preschool when my phone buzzes. Unknown number, cute kid. Dinosaur backpack. Blue one, right? I stop so fast Nico tugs on my hand. Mama? I scan the street. Nothing, just morning traffic and a woman walking her dog and a man in a suit checking his phone by the crosswalk. It's okay, baby, my voice sounds far away. Let's go. I hold his hand so tight he complains. That night, I don't take the bus. I call my mom and ask her to pick me up outside the Celestine service entrance. She doesn't ask why. She hears it in my voice. When I get home, I lock every window. Nico is already asleep, his dinosaur tucked under one arm, his mouth open in that soft, defenseless way that makes my chest ache. I sit on the floor beside his bed and let myself cry. I don't know what to do. The loan is real. Manny co-signed it for his uncle's auto shop 2 years ago, back when we thought we had time, when we thought the world was fair. The uncle disappeared 6 months after Manny died. The debt landed on me, $40,000. I've been making minimum payments when I can, but the interest is brutal. And now someone else owns the note. Someone who doesn't care about payment plans or sob stories. Someone who knows where my son goes to school. I pull out my phone and stare at the last message. Tick-tock, Lucia. My hands are shaking so hard I can barely type. Me, I don't have the money, please, I'm trying. The reply comes in seconds. Unknown number. Then we'll take something else. Friday night, I finished my shift early. Mrs. Chen tipped me an extra 20 and told me to go home, get some rest. You look thin, honey. I don't tell her I haven't been able to eat. I'm wheeling my cart toward the service bay at 11:43 p.m. when I hear voices. Low, male, close, the loading dock. I slow down, instinct prickling at the back of my neck. Told you, she doesn't have it. Then she finds it, or we make an example. My stomach turns to ice. I should run. I should go back inside, find security, call someone. But my feet won't move. She's got a kid, man. Maybe we what? The second voice is colder. You want to tell Rinaldi we went soft? Use your fucking head. I hear footsteps. Coming toward me. I back up, cart rattling, and my heel catches on the wheel. I stumble, grab the handlebar, and the whole thing tips sideways with a metal crash that echoes through the concrete space like a gunshot. The voices stop. Someone's here. Oh God. I run. Sneakers slapping pavement, breath tearing out of me, cart abandoned. I don't know where I'm going, just away, toward the light, toward the street, toward... A hand clamps over my mouth. I scream into the palm, thrashing, but another arm locks around my waist, and I'm dragged backward into the shadows between two dumpsters. Quiet, the voice is low, calm, and familiar. I freeze. He turns me around slowly, hands still over my mouth, and I'm looking up into the same dark eyes that have been haunting me for 2 weeks. Up close, he's worse. Sharp jaw, faint scar at his temple, eyes that don't blink. Nod if you understand me, he says quietly. I nod. I'm going to move my hand. Don't scream. He does. I don't. I'm shaking so hard my teeth chatter, but I don't scream. Good girl, he murmurs, and something in my stomach flips. Then he steps in front of me, blocking my view of the dock, and I hear footsteps again, closer now. Check the alley. It's just some cleaning lady, man. Let it go. Check it. I press my back against the cold brick and try to make myself smaller, but he doesn't move, just stands there, hands loose at his sides, head tilted slightly like he's listening. The footsteps stop. You lost? I can't see who's speaking, but I hear the edge in it. No, he says. His voice is different now, colder, empty. You are. Silence. Then. We're just looking for someone. Cleaning girl. Owes money. She's gone. You sure about that? Yes. Another pause. Longer this time. All right. We'll check inside. The footsteps retreat. I don't breathe until I hear the service door slam shut. Then I sag against the wall, legs giving out, and he catches me by the elbow. You're okay. I'm not. I'm so far from okay, I don't even know where okay is anymore. My voice cracks. They know about Nico. They said, I know what they said. I look up at him, vision blurring. How? Because I bought the note an hour ago. The world tilts. What? The debt. The loan. It's frozen. They can't touch you. I stare at him. I don't understand. He lets go of my arm and steps back, giving me space. You don't need to. You just need to follow the rules. Rules. Text me when you arrive. Text me when you leave. No walking alone after dark. If I send a car, you take it. My heart is pounding. Why would you? Because I can. His eyes lock on mine. And because no one threatens what's mine. What's mine? The words settle over me like a hand at my throat, not choking, just there, present, undeniable. I start, but I don't know how to finish. He reaches into his coat and pulls out a phone, black, simple. He holds it out. One contact. Use it. I take it. My hands are still shaking. What's your name? I whisper. His mouth doesn't smile, but something shifts in his eyes. Matteo. Then he's gone. Just gone. Into the shadows, like he was never there. I stand there for a full minute, clutching the phone, my pulse hammering in my ears. Then I open it. One contact. No name, just a number. I type, home. The reply comes in seconds. A single dot. I exhale for the first time in 2 weeks. I don't sleep that night. I lie in bed staring at the ceiling, the black phone on my nightstand, and I replay every second. His hand over my mouth, the way he stepped in front of me like a wall, the cold precision in his voice when he said, You are, because no one threatens what's mine. I'm not his. I can't be. But I texted him when I got home, and he answered with a dot, and some part of me I thought died. With Manny is awake now, and I don't know how to put it back to sleep. Nico stirs in the next room, and I get up to check on him. He's fine. Tangled in his sheets, one foot hanging off the bed, dinosaur clutched to his chest. I tuck him back in and press a kiss to his forehead. He smells like baby shampoo and graham crackers. Safe. That's what matters. Matteo bought the debt. The men who were following me, they're gone, for now, but I don't understand why. And I don't understand why my hands still shake when I think about the way he looked at me. Saturday, I don't work. I take Nico to the park, and we feed the ducks, and he asks me why I keep checking my phone. Just work stuff, baby. Is it the bad guys? My stomach clenches. What? Abuela said bad guys were calling you. Are they gone now? I kneel down so we're eye level. Yeah, Nico, they're gone. Did someone beat them up? I almost laugh. Something like that. Good. He throws another piece of bread at a duck. I don't like bad guys. Me neither. But I'm not sure Mateo isn't one. Monday night, I'm back at the Celestine, 10:17 p.m., same as always. But tonight, when I step into the lobby, there's a woman waiting by the service elevator. Tall, sharp suit. Dark hair pulled back so tight it looks painful. Lucia, it's not a question. Yes? I'm Elena, head of security. She doesn't offer her hand. Just looks me over once, quick and assessing. Mateo asked me to coordinate with you. My pulse jumps. Coordinate what? Your routes? Your schedule? Storm protocols. I blink. Storm protocols? Weather gets bad, you don't take the bus. We send a car. She pulls out a tablet and swipes through something. You have class Tuesday and Thursday nights, correct? We'll adjust timing so the car can take you from here to campus and back. I don't need, it's not a request. Her voice is flat but not unkind. These are the house rules. You follow them, or you put Mateo in a position where he has to enforce them. Trust me, you don't want that. I swallow hard. He's serious about this. He doesn't do anything he's not serious about. She looks at me for a long moment, and something in her expression softens just slightly. You're safe now. Let yourself be safe. I don't know what to say to that. She hands me a card, plain white, one phone number embossed in black. You need anything you call that, someone will answer. What if I just need to, I don't know, ask a question? Then you ask. She turns to leave, then pauses. One more thing. He doesn't do this. Do what? Care. She meets my eyes. So don't make him regret it. Then she's gone, heels clicking against marble, and I'm standing there with a security card and 100 questions I don't have answers to. That night, I finish the 44th floor and I'm wiping down the elevator panel when I see it. A paper airplane. It's sitting on top of my cleaning cart, folded from thick cream-colored paper, the expensive kind, smooth and heavy. The creases are sharp, precise. There's a sticky note on one wing. Sharper creases, stronger wings, no signature. I pick it up slowly, turning it over in my hands. The folds are perfect, geometric, the kind of thing that takes patience. Nico loves paper airplanes. I make them for him all the time, crumpled printer paper folded fast between tasks, thrown across the living room while I'm heating up dinner. They never fly straight. I don't have time to make them right. But this one, I hold it up, test the weight, then I throw it. It cuts through the air like a blade, straight and true, and lands 15 feet away without a single wobble. I stare at it. Then I look around the empty hallway, heart pounding, but there's no one. Just the plane. And the note. I fold the sticky carefully and tuck it into my pocket. Tuesday, after my accounting class, there's a black car waiting outside the campus library. The driver gets out when he sees me. Older guy, kind eyes, no-nonsense posture. Miss Lucia? Yes? I'm Paul. I'll be taking you home tonight. I can take the bus. Ma'am, he opens the back door. It's 10:40 at night, it's 38 degrees, and the next bus doesn't come for 20 minutes. Please. I get in the car. The interior smells like leather and something faintly woodsy. There's a bottle of water in the cup holder, and the heat is already on. Paul doesn't talk much, but he drives carefully. No sudden stops, no weaving through traffic. When we pull up outside my building, he waits until I'm inside before he leaves. I text Mateo from the black phone. Me, home. Thank you for the ride. The reply comes instantly. 1 dot. But this time, it feels like more. Wednesday night, I find another plane. This one is folded from pale blue paper, and it's tucked inside the supply closet on 44, resting on top of a stack of clean towels where I'll definitely see it. No note this time, just the plane. I test it. Perfect balance, perfect weight. I throw it down the hallway and it soars. Nico's going to lose his mind. Thursday, Elena checks in while I'm restocking the 42nd floor. Everything good? Yeah, fine, she nods. Storm's coming in Sunday. Heavy snow. Don't even think about public transit. I'll be fine. See ya. She levels me with a look. Do you know what Mateo will do if you get stranded in a snowstorm because you were too stubborn to call for a ride? I bite my lip. No? Neither do I, and I don't want to find out. She almost smiles. Just use the damn car. Okay. Good girl. There it is again. That phrase. Good girl. Mateo said it in the alley and something in me melted. I don't know what that means. I don't want to know. Friday, I'm in the service elevator with a load of trash bags when the doors open on 44. Mateo steps in. My breath catches. He's in a dark suit this time, no coat. Tie loosened. He looks like he's been working late, sleeves rolled to his forearms, hair slightly mussed, a kind of sharp exhaustion around his eyes. He doesn't look at me. Just steps to the far corner, same as last time, but this time, I can't help it. Thank you, his gaze flicks to me. For what? The planes, the car, everything. He's quiet for a moment, then, you're welcome. The elevator descends, 43, 42. Why, I ask before I can stop myself. Why what? Why me? You don't even know me. He turns, finally, and looks at me full on. And God, it's worse up close. Worse in the light. His eyes are so dark, they're almost black. And there's something in them that makes my stomach drop. I know enough, he says quietly. Like what? I know you work 2 jobs and take night classes. I know you're raising a kid alone. I know you fold his clothes before yours, and you skip meals to make sure he eats. He tilts his head slightly. I know you don't ask for help. Even when you should, my throat tightens. You've been watching me. Yes, no apology, no excuse. Just, yes. That's necessary, he finishes. You were in danger. I assessed the situation. And decided I was worth saving? His jaw tightens. Decided you were mine to protect. There it is again. Mine. The elevator stops on the lobby level. The doors open. I should leave. I should walk away, go home, put distance between myself and this man who looks at me like I'm something precious and dangerous at the same time. But I don't move. I'm not yours, I whisper. He steps closer, not touching, just closer. Close enough that I can smell winter and metal and something darker underneath. Not yet, he says. Then he walks past me, out into the lobby, and disappears into the night. I stand there, shaking, the trash bags forgotten. Not yet. Not yet. Sunday, the storm hits. I wake up to Nico pressed against my bedroom window, nose smooshed to the glass. Mama, look. The world is white. Snow piled on fire escapes. Cars buried. The street below empty and muffled. No preschool today, baby. Yes! He pumps his fist like he just won the lottery. I check my phone. 3 texts from my supervisor at the Celestine. Buildings closed to non-essential staff. Elevators on limited power. Don't come in. I should feel relieved. Instead, I feel... The black phone buzzes on my nightstand. Mateo. Stay home. Me. I wasn't planning to come in. Mateo. Good. I stare at the screen, waiting for more. Nothing. Just good. I don't know why that makes me smile. Monday, the snow is still thick, but the Celestine reopens. Paul picks me up at 9:45 p.m., same as always. How's the little man, he asks. Bouncing off the walls, he built a fort out of couch cushions. Paul chuckles. My daughter used to do that. Called it her castle. Nico calls his a dino cave. Smart kid. We drive in comfortable silence until he pulls up to the service entrance. But before I get out, he turns. Miss Lucia, can I say something? Of course. I've worked for Mateo for 6 years. Driven a lot of people. Seen a lot of things. He meets my eyes in the rearview mirror. He doesn't do this, what he's doing for you. So if you're scared, and I think you are, just know he's not going to hurt you. My chest tightens. How do you know? Because if he wanted to, he already would have. It should scare me, it doesn't. That night, I find a whole stack of paper on my cart. 10 sheets, different colors. All expensive, all crisp. And a note, for the dino cave. I press my hand to my mouth and blink hard. Nico's going to cry when he sees these. Happy tears, the kind he gets when something is so good he doesn't have words. I fold the note and tuck it into my pocket with the others. Tuesday, I don't see Mateo. Wednesday, I don't see him. Thursday, Elena stops by while I'm scrubbing the 44th floor kitchen. He's traveling, she says, without preamble. I look up. I didn't ask. You were about to. I wasn't, but maybe I was thinking it. She leans against the doorframe. He'll be back Saturday. Wanted me to make sure you had everything you needed. I'm fine. Lucia, she sighs. You're allowed to need things. I don't. You have a kid. You work 60-hour weeks. You're in school. You're allowed. She crosses her arms. If you need groceries delivered, we can do that. If you need someone to pick Nico up from preschool on a day you're running late, we can do that. If you need... Why? My voice comes out sharper than I mean it to. Why does he care this much? Elena's quiet for a long moment. Then, because he sees you. Everyone sees me. I clean their floors. No. She shakes her head. He sees you. And for men like Mateo, that's everything. Friday night, my mom calls while I'm on the bus home. Mija, are you okay? Yeah, Ma, why? You sound different. I'm just tired. No, you sound I don't know. Lighter. I don't know what to say to that. Because she's right. I do feel lighter. The debt is gone. The threats are gone. For the first time since Manny died, I'm not drowning. But it's more than that. It's the paper airplanes, the careful routes, the dot replies. It's the way Mateo looks at me like I'm not invisible, like I matter. I'm okay, Ma, I say softly. I promise. Good. You deserve okay, baby. I wish I believed that. Saturday, Mateo comes back. I don't see him, I just know. The air in the building shifts. People move differently. Even the concierge stands a little straighter. I'm on the 44th floor, restocking bathroom supplies, when the power goes out. Everything goes dark. I freeze, hands still gripping a stack of towels, and wait for the backup lights. They don't come. My phone buzzes. Mateo? Where are you? Me. 44th floor. Bathroom. Mateo. Stay there. I do. 30 seconds later, there's a light in the hallway. Flashlight beam cutting through the dark. Lucia. Here. He appears in the doorway. Flashlight in one hand. Phone in the other. Transformer blue. Whole grids down. Backup generators only running essential systems. Penthouse line, lobby, emergency exits. How long? 4, maybe 5 hours. I check my own phone. 11:38 p.m. My mom has Nico overnight, but still. You can't get home, he says, reading my mind. I'll wait in the break room. No. Mateo. The heat's off everywhere except the penthouse. You'll freeze. He pockets his phone. Come with me. I can't just... Lucia. His voice is quiet, firm. It's not a request. The penthouse is warm. That's the first thing I notice. Warm and softly lit. Low amber lamps powered by the generator, casting long shadows across dark wood floors and floor-to-ceiling windows that overlook the frozen city. It's beautiful and terrifying. Sit, Mateo says, gesturing to a leather couch near the fireplace. I perch on the edge, hands folded in my lap. He disappears into the kitchen, and I hear the quiet sounds of movement, cabinets opening, the hiss of a gas burner, the clink of a spoon against ceramic. When he comes back, he's holding a bowl. Eat. I'm not. You skipped dinner. I know because Paul said you got in the car with your stomach growling. He sets the bowl on the coffee table in front of me. Eat. It's soup. Chicken, vegetables, broth that steams and smells like something my abuela used to make. I pick up the spoon with shaking hands. It's perfect. You made this? Yes. You cook? His mouth almost smiles. I do a lot of things. I take another bite, and warmth spreads through my chest. We sit in silence while I eat. He doesn't watch me, just settles into the chair across from me, one ankle crossed over his knee, phone in hand, scrolling through something with a faint frown. It should be awkward. It's not. When I finish, he takes the bowl without a word and returns with tea. Chamomile, you won't sleep otherwise. How do you have shadows under your eyes. You're running on 4 hours a night. He hands me the mug. Drink. I do. Thank you, I whisper. He nods once, then my phone buzzes. Mom, Nico's asking for you. He says his tummy hurts. My heart jumps. I need to call my mom. Go ahead, I dial. She picks up on the first ring. Mija? What's wrong? Is he okay? He's fine, just he threw up once. I think he ate too much ice cream after dinner. She sounds apologetic. I'm sorry, I should have. It's okay, Ma. Is he running a fever? A little, 99.5. Not terrible, but not great. Can you give him some Tylenol? And keep him hydrated? I will. Are you still at work? Yeah, power's out. I might be here a while. Okay, baby, I'll text you if anything changes. Thanks, Ma. I hang up and my hands are shaking again. Mateo is watching me. He's okay, I say quickly. Just ate too much ice cream. Kids, you know? How old? 4. Something shifts in his expression. What's his name? Nico. Nico, he repeats, like he's testing the weight of it. I nod. Does he like dinosaurs? I blink. How did you— the planes. You mentioned a dino cave. Oh, my chest tightens. Yeah, he's obsessed. Has this one stuffed T-Rex that he's had since he was 2. It's falling apart, but he won't let me replace it. Mateo is quiet for a moment. Then, when I was his age, I had a stuffed bear. My mother gave it to me before she died. His voice is soft, distant. I slept with it every night until I was 12. My father tried to throw it away once. I broke his nose. I stare at him. You were 12. He shouldn't have touched it. There's no regret in his voice, just fact. I don't know what to say. He leans forward, elbows on his knees. Nico's lucky to have you. I'm not. You are. His eyes lock on mine. You work yourself to the bone to give him a good life. You protect him. You love him. He pauses. That's everything. Tears sting my eyes. I'm scared I'm not enough. You are. You don't know that. Yes, he says quietly. I do. My phone buzzes again 20 minutes later. Mom. Fever's up to 101. He's asking for you. I'm on my feet before I finish reading. I need to go. Mateo's already moving. Where does your mother live? Sunset Park. But the buses aren't running and I can't ask you to. You're not asking. I'm telling. He's pulling on his coat, keys already in hand. Let's go. The drive takes 15 minutes. Mateo doesn't speed, but he drives like he knows every shortcut, every clear route through the snow-packed streets. I text my mom that I'm coming. Thank you, I say for the 3rd time. Stop thanking me. I don't know how else to. Lucia. He glances at me. You don't owe me gratitude for doing what should be done. Most people wouldn't. I'm not most people. No, he's really not. My mom meets us at the door, Nico wrapped in a blanket in her arms. Mama. His voice is small and hoarse. I take him and he's burning up. Hey baby, I'm here. My tummy hurts. I know, sweetheart. We're going to make it better, okay? He nods against my shoulder and I look at my mom. Did you give him Tylenol? An hour ago. It's not coming down. My heart kicks. Behind me, Mateo's voice is calm. How far is the nearest urgent care? 40 minutes, my mom says. Maybe more with the snow. 15 if I drive. He's already holding the door open. Let's go. Nico falls asleep in my lap in the back seat, his head heavy against my chest, his breath coming in soft, wheezy pulls. I stroke his hair and try not to panic. He's okay, Mateo says from the front seat, eyes on the road. Kids spike fevers fast. Doesn't mean it's serious. How do you know? I was a kid once, spent half my childhood in emergency rooms. His tone is flat, matter of fact. Fevers break. He'll be fine. I want to believe him. Nico whimpers in his sleep, and I hold him tighter. Urgent care is almost empty. A bored receptionist, 1 nurse, fluorescent lights that hum too loud. Mateo stands by the door while I check Nico in, arms crossed, scanning the room like he's cataloging exits. The nurse calls us back after 10 minutes. You can come, I tell him. He hesitates. You sure? Please. He follows. The doctor is kind. She checks Nico's ears, his throat, listens to his lungs. Just a stomach bug, she says finally. The fever's his body fighting it off. Keep him hydrated, alternate Tylenol and ibuprofen, and he'll be back to his dinosaur self in a day or 2. Relief nearly buckles my knees. Thank you, she smiles. He's a tough kid. You're doing great, Mom. Nico is already perking up, distracted by the stickers she's giving him. Can I have the T-Rex? You can have all of them, buddy. He grins, gap-toothed and feverish, and my heart clenches. On the drive back, Nico is awake but drowsy, curled against me, peeling and re-sticking his dinosaur stickers on the back of Mateo's seat. Sorry, I whisper. Mateo glances in the rearview mirror. For what? The stickers. They're stickers, Lucia, not bullet holes. His tone is dry, but I catch the faint curve of his mouth. Nico leans forward. What's your name? Mateo's eyes flick to him in the mirror. Mateo. That's a big name. It is. Do you like dinosaurs? I tense, but Mateo doesn't miss a beat. Some. Which one's your favorite? T-Rex, because he's the biggest and the strongest, and he has really big teeth. Nico holds his hands up, showing the size. This big. Good choice. What's yours? Mateo thinks for a moment. Velociraptor. Nico's eyes go wide. Because they're fast? Because they hunt in packs, smart and loyal. Nico nods seriously, like this is the most important information he's ever received. Then he yawns and slumps back against me. I like him, Mama, he mumbles. My throat tightens. Me too, baby. When we pull up to my building, my mom is waiting by the door. I carry Nico inside, but before I go, I turn back. Mateo is leaning against the car, hands in his pockets, watching. Thank you, I say, for everything, for... Go take care of your son. Mateo. Lucia. He steps closer, and I can see the exhaustion around his eyes. You don't have to carry everything alone anymore. Let me help. Why? My voice cracks. Why do you care this much? He's quiet for a long moment. Then, because when I look at you, I see someone worth keeping safe. My breath catches. I don't know how to. You don't have to know. Just let me. I nod, throat too tight for words. He reaches out, slow, careful, and tucks a strand of hair behind my ear. His fingers are warm. Go, he says softly. I do. But when I look back from the doorway, he's still standing there, watching, keeping me safe even when I'm already inside. That night, after Nico is asleep, fever finally breaking, I find a text on the black phone. Mateo. He'll be okay. You're a good mother. I stare at the screen, tears blurring the words. Me. Thank you for tonight. For all of it. Mateo. Sleep, Lucia. I'll see you Monday. I set the phone down and close my eyes. And for the first time in months, I sleep all the way through the night. Monday, I find a package waiting on my cart. Inside, a stuffed velociraptor. Soft green scales, careful stitching, bright amber eyes, and a note for the dino cave. M. I press it to my chest and cry in the empty hallway. Then I text him. Me. Nico's going to lose his mind. Thank you, Mateo. Good. Just that. Good. But it feels like everything. Wednesday night, I'm finishing the 44th floor when the main elevator opens and Mateo steps out. He's in a dark suit, tie gone, top button undone. There's blood on his knuckles. I freeze, spray bottle in one hand, cloth in the other. You're hurt. It's not mine. That should scare me. It doesn't. He walks past me toward the penthouse, and I follow without thinking. Mateo. Go home, Lucia. Not until I see that you're okay. He stops, turns. I'm fine. Your hand is bleeding. Barely. Let me see. His jaw tightens. You don't want to be near me right now. Why? Because I just broke a man's jaw with this hand. He holds it up, knuckles raw and split. You want to play nurse for that? My stomach twists, but I don't step back. Show me. He stares at me for a long beat, something dark flickering in his eyes. Then he turns and walks into the penthouse. The door stays open. I follow. The first aid kit is under the sink. I wet a clean towel and reach for his hand. He pulls back. I can do it myself. Let me help. Why? Because I don't have a good answer. Because I want to. His laugh is short, humorless. You want to. That's the problem. What? You. He steps closer, and suddenly the kitchen feels too small. Standing here, looking at me like I'm something other than what I am. I know what you are. Do you? His voice drops, rough and low. You know I hurt people for a living. That the blood on my hands tonight isn't the first and won't be the last. Yes. And you're still here. Yes. Then you're stupider than I thought. The words land like a slap, but I don't flinch. Give me your hand. Lucia. Give me your hand, he does. I take his wrist and start cleaning the blood. my fingers steady even though my pulse is racing. He watches me, silent, tense. You should be afraid of me, he says quietly. I know. I'm not a good man. I know that too. Then what the hell are you doing? I press the antiseptic to his knuckles, and he hisses through his teeth. I don't know, I whisper. That's not good enough. It's all I have. He's quiet for a moment, watching me wrap the gauze around his hand with more care than he deserves. Then, you had something good once. I freeze. Don't, sunshine boy, high school sweetheart. The kind of love that makes people believe in forever. His voice is flat, cold. And now you're here, patching up a man who beats people for money, and you think, what? That I'm going to give you that again? Tears sting my eyes. I'm not him, Lucia. I won't ever be him. He leans in, close enough that I can feel his breath on my temple. I can't give you light. I can't give you safe. I'm the thing people run from. Then why did you save me? Because I'm selfish. His hand comes up, fast, rough, and cups my jaw, tilting my face up. Because I saw you and I wanted, and I don't know how to not take what I want. My heart slams against my ribs. You're trying to scare me. Yes, it's not working. His grip tightens, just slightly, not painful, possessive. It should. Matteo, go home. His thumb brushes my bottom lip, and the contradiction nearly breaks me. His words pushing, his touch pulling. Go home before I stop pretending I'm better than this. Better than what? Than keeping you. The air leaves my lungs. He's so close, too close. I can see the faint scar at his temple, the sharp line of his jaw, the way his pupils are blown wide. I should leave, I should run, but my body won't move. I'm not, my voice shakes. I don't know what I'm doing. I know. His forehead drops to mine, just barely, and his voice turns raw. And that's why you need to go. Because if you stay, I'm going to make it harder for you to leave. What if I don't want to leave? You will. He pulls back, releasing me, and the cold rushes in. When you realize what I am, what I do, you'll leave. You don't know that. Yes, he says quietly, I do. He steps away, putting distance between us, and I see it, the control it's taking him not to reach for me again. Go home, Lucia. Matteo. Now, I go. But when I reach the door, I look back. He's gripping the counter, knuckles white, jaw locked, like he's holding himself in place. Thank you, I whisper. He doesn't answer, just watches me leave with eyes that look like hunger and regret all at once. I don't sleep that night. I lie in bed and replay every second. His hand on my jaw, his voice telling me to run, the way his body leaned in while his words pushed me away. Manny loved me like sunlight, steady, warm, safe. Matteo wants me like a wildfire, consuming, dangerous, inevitable. And the worst part? I'm not running. I'm walking straight into the flames. On Thursdays, I log an extra hour helping the night manager scan and index vendor packets, practice for my accounting class, and a little extra cash. The maintenance binder is open beside my notebook. I've seen that name before. I pull out my phone and scroll through the photos I took weeks ago, the harassment texts, the numbers that called me, the collection agency that bought Manny's debt. Herald Logistics owned the note. Before Matteo bought it, my hands start shaking. I open my laptop and start digging. Basic LLC searches, public filings, cross-referenced addresses. 30 minutes later, I have a map. Herald Logistics, Westbrook Holdings, Apex Industries, all shells, all linked. At the center, Rinaldi Enterprises. The name hits like cold water. Rinaldi. I heard Matteo say it once on a call I wasn't supposed to hear. His voice had gone flat, dangerous. Rinaldi's moving on the ports. Shut it down. I sit back, pulse racing. The men who threatened me, who knew where Nico went to school, weren't random collectors. They were Rinaldi's, which means Matteo didn't just buy my debt. He took it from a rival. Friday, I can't stop thinking about it. I'm scrubbing floors on autopilot, my mind spinning through the implications. If Rinaldi owned my debt, and Matteo bought it and froze it, then I'm not just under Matteo's protection. I'm a message, a pressure point, something Rinaldi can use. Elena finds me in the stairwell, leaning against the wall, trying to breathe. Lucia? I figured it out. She goes still. Figured what out? The debt. Rinaldi. Matteo. I look up at her. I'm not just some widow he's helping, am I? I'm leverage. Her face doesn't change, but something shifts behind her eyes. Come with me. She takes me to a conference room on 45. Secure. Soundproof. She doesn't sugarcoat it. Yes, she says flatly. Your leverage. Harold, one of Rinaldi's shells, owned your note. Matteo bought it and froze collection. That cut off a cash stream and humiliated Rinaldi. My stomach drops. So he didn't save me because he… No. Her voice is sharp. He saved you because he wanted to. The business angle made it easier to justify. And hear me. Once Matteo bought the note, they had no legal claim on you anymore. Everything after that wasn't collections. It was retaliation. But I'm still useful. To Rinaldi. Yes. So what happens when Rinaldi figures that out? Elena's jaw tightens. We make sure he doesn't. Routes, escorts, closed loops. And for the record, Matteo asked your permission to share your class nights and routes. You said yes. We're not doing this behind your back, Lucia. We're keeping you safe. I press my palms to the table, trying to steady my breath. This isn't about $40,000 anymore, she adds. It's about power, and Matteo doesn't lose power plays. I don't know if that comforts me, but at least now I know why they came for me, and why Matteo won't let them try again. But someone already has. Saturday morning, I get a text from an unknown number, not a threat this time, a photo. Nico, walking out of preschool yesterday, holding my mom's hand. The caption, cute kid. I drop the phone like it's burning. Then I pick it up and call Matteo. He answers on the first ring. Lucia. They sent me a picture of Nico. Silence. Then, forward it to me. Now. I do. Where are you? Home. Stay there. I'm sending Elena and a team. No one goes in or out until I say, Matteo, what's happening? Rinaldi knows. His voice is ice. He's making a move. The line goes dead. Elena and 2 others arrive within 10 minutes. They sweep the apartment, check the windows, install new locks. My mom is pale, clutching Nico, who's oblivious and asking why there are so many people. Just some friends, baby, I lie. Elena pulls me aside. We've got eyes on the preschool, your mom's building, and every route in between. He's safe. For how long? She doesn't answer. That's answer enough. Monday, I go to work because I don't know what else to do. Sitting at home, watching Nico play with his dinosaurs, pretending everything is fine. It's unbearable. At least at the Celestine, I can move, clean, think. Matteo is in meetings all day. I don't see him, but I feel him. His presence in the building like a storm waiting to break. At 9 p.m., I'm finishing the 42nd floor when my phone buzzes. Elena. Don't leave the building. Matteo's handling something. Stay put. Me. What's happening, Elena? Just trust me. I do. But 20 minutes later, the power flickers. Then the service elevator stops. I'm on the 38th floor, alone, when I hear footsteps. Heavy, deliberate, not Matteo's. I back toward the stairwell, heart pounding, and I'm reaching for the door when a hand grabs my arm. Don't, I spin. 2 men, suits, cold eyes. Matteo's not here, one of them says. So you're coming with us. They don't hurt me, that's the first thing I notice. They guide me, firm but not rough, into a service van parked in the loading bay. No duct tape, no blindfold, just silence. We drive for 15 minutes. I try to memorize the turns, the sounds, anything that might help, but my mind is racing too fast. Nico, my mom, Matteo. The van stops. They lead me into a warehouse, empty, cavernous, lit by a single overhead bulb. And waiting in the center, hands in his pockets, is a man I've never seen before. Older, silver hair, expensive suit. Miss Lucia. His voice is smooth, cultured. I'm sorry for the dramatics, but Matteo doesn't answer his phone when I call anymore. Who are you? Vincent Rinaldi. He smiles. It doesn't reach his eyes. I believe you've been living on borrowed time, thanks to a debt I used to own. My mouth goes dry. What do you want? Matteo's attention. He gestures to a chair. Sit, please. I don't. I'm not going to hurt you, he says mildly. You're worth more intact. I'm not worth anything to him, Rinaldi laughs. Soft, knowing. Oh, my dear, if that were true, you wouldn't be here. They don't tie me up. They don't need to. There are 4 men in the warehouse, all armed, all watching. Rinaldi sits across from me, legs crossed, sipping something from a glass. You're smart, he says conversationally. Accounting degree, right? Night school. I don't answer. I looked into you. Single mother, widow, working 2 jobs. He tilts his head. You've built a life out of nothing. Impressive. What do you want? Leverage. He sets the glass down. Matteo took something from me. Now I'm taking something from him. I'm not his. Aren't you? His smile sharpens. He bought your debt. He drives your son to doctors. He puts men on your building. He leans forward. You think he does that for everyone? My pulse is hammering, but I force my voice steady. He'll kill you for this. Probably. Rinaldi doesn't sound concerned. But first, he'll negotiate, and that's all I need. An hour passes, then 2. Rinaldi makes calls, quiet, clipped conversations in Italian. I sit in the chair and try not to panic. Think, Lucia, think. I've been studying accounting for 2 years. I know how money moves, how businesses hide cash flow. And I've seen Rinaldi's shell companies. You're laundering through Westbrook, I say suddenly. Rinaldi looks up. Excuse me? Westbrook Holdings, it's a pass-through. You're running dirty money into Apex Industries, cleaning it with fake invoices, then pulling it back out as dividends. I meet his eyes. But the chain is visible. One audit and the whole thing collapses. He stares at me. Then he laughs. You are smart. I'm useful, I correct. If you kill me, you lose that. I'm not going to kill you. But you'll threaten my son, my mother, everyone I love. My voice doesn't shake. Unless I give you something better. His eyes narrow. Like what? A cleaner route, offshore accounts, legitimate fronts, structures that won't flag federal audits. I lean forward. I can map it for you. In exchange for my family's safety. Rinaldi studies me for a long moment. Then, you'd betray Matteo for that? I'd do anything to keep my son safe. It's the truth. And it buys me time. Rinaldi doesn't take the deal, but he doesn't dismiss it either. He makes another call, longer this time, his eyes on me the whole time. Then he hangs up. Matteo's on his way. My heart lurches. What did you tell him? That I have you, that if he wants you back, he'll meet me, alone. He won't, he will. Rinaldi's smile is cold. Because men like Matteo don't negotiate. They protect. And you, my dear, are what he's protecting. Matteo arrives 30 minutes later. I hear the door open, the footsteps, calm, unhurried, and then he's there, standing in the center of the warehouse, hands in his pockets, eyes locked on me. He looks terrifying, not because he's angry, because he's calm. Let her go. Rinaldi stands smiling. You know it's not that simple. It is. Matteo pulls out his phone, taps the screen once. I'm looking at 5 years of your transactions right now. Every shell company, every offshore account, every falsified invoice. He looks up. Westbrook Holdings, Apex Industries, Herald Logistics, all of it. Rinaldi's smile falters. You're bluffing. Am I? Matteo's voice is soft, dead calm. Your Cayman account, the one in your wife's name that she doesn't know about, transferred $2.3 million last month. Your daughter's trust fund, seeded with laundered cash from the port operation. He tilts his head. Should I keep going, or should I just send this to the SEC now? The color drains from Rinaldi's face. You wouldn't. I already did. Matteo pockets his phone. The filing went through 20 minutes ago. Federal audit starts Monday morning. You're done, Vincent. Not dead. Worse, broke, exposed, and irrelevant. Rinaldi stares at him, jaw working. You destroyed me for a cleaning girl? No. Matteo's eyes cut to me, then back. I destroyed you because you touched her. Silence. Rinaldi looks at his men. They don't move. They know. It's over. Let her go, Matteo says quietly, and disappear. If I see you again, I won't be this generous. Rinaldi's hands are shaking. He nods once. His men step back. I stand, legs unsteady, and Matteo's there in 3 strides, hand on my elbow, guiding me toward the door. We don't run. We walk, like we've already won. Matteo drives me home in silence. They timed the transfer, he says at a light. Service line went dark for 10 seconds. Enough to pull you. I'm shaking. Adrenaline crash, delayed shock. All of it hitting at once. When we pull up to my building, he cuts the engine but doesn't move. Are you okay? Yes. He nods, stares straight ahead. Good. I wait for more. Nothing. Matteo? I'll have someone check on you tomorrow. Make sure Rinaldi's people stay gone. Okay. You should get some rest. His voice is flat, empty. Something cold settles in my chest. What's wrong? Nothing. Don't lie to me. He finally looks at me, and his eyes are shuttered. I almost got you killed tonight, Lucia. But you didn't. I almost did. His hands tighten on the steering wheel. Because you were near me, because I was selfish enough to keep you close. You saved me. I put you in danger in the first place. He shakes his head. I knew what Rinaldi was. I knew taking that debt would make you a target. And I did it anyway because I wanted you safe, and I wanted you mine, and I didn't care what it cost. My throat tightens. Matteo? This doesn't work, Lucia. His voice is quiet. Final. You and me. It doesn't work. I'm not built for this. I don't know how to keep people safe and keep them. Yes, you do. No. He looks at me, and there's something broken behind his eyes. I don't. And I won't watch you get hurt because I couldn't let go. Tears burn hot down my cheeks. Don't do this. I have to. No, you don't. Go inside, Lucia. He reaches across and opens my door. Please? I stare at him, chest heaving, and I see it. He's already gone. He's already decided. I get out of the car. He drives away before I reach the door. 2 days later, a woman from Sterling and Cross Accounting calls. Is this Lucia Reyes? Yes? We'd like to offer you a position, junior staff accountant. Daytime hours, full benefits. $50,000 annually. I didn't apply. Your resume came through a mutual contact. We also spoke with your accounting instructor. Are you still in school? Yes. Night classes, Tuesdays and Thursdays. That works. We'll schedule you 8 or 4 clerk with early release on class nights. It's a junior staff accountant, degree in progress role. $50,000 is our standard base for candidates finishing their degree. After 90 days, you'll be eligible for tuition reimbursement and exam prep stipends. Does that meet your needs? I glance at the clock, at Nico's crayons on the table, at the stack of bills that never shrinks. It does. Great. Orientation Monday. And Lucia, Sterling and Cross is an independent firm. You'll be doing real work here. I Google them anyway. Real office, real clients, not a shell. Someone wanted me safe and kept it clean. I don't have to quit school. I don't have to work nights. For the first time in years, the math of my life balances. I try to call him. The black phone is disconnected. I try to go to the Celestine. Security stops me at the door. I'm sorry, ma'am. You're no longer authorized. I call Elena. Voicemail, no callback. I see Paul once, driving someone else. He looks at me through the window, sad, apologetic, and drives away. Matteo erased me. Completely. The anger hits in week 2. I'm furious. He doesn't get to do this. He doesn't get to save me, make me feel things, make me want things, and then decide I'm better off without him. He doesn't get to control my life just to push me away. I want to scream. I want to break something. I want to show up at his door and make him look at me. But I don't, because he made it clear. He doesn't want me. And I have too much pride to beg. By week 3, the anger fades. And all that's left is the ache. I go to work. I pick up Nico. I make dinner. I smile when I'm supposed to. But I feel hollow. Like I'm living in a shell of a life that used to fit but doesn't anymore. Nico asks why I'm sad. I tell him I'm just tired. He hugs me tight and says, "It's okay, Mama. The dinosaurs will protect you." I cry after he goes to bed. Week 4, I'm lying in bed staring at the ceiling, and I realize something. I'm living the life I had before Matteo. Safe, stable, predictable. And I hate it. I loved Manny. I loved the girl I was with him, the one who believed in sunshine and forever and happily ever after. But that girl died when he did, and I can't bring her back by playing it safe. I can't bring her back by pretending I don't want what I want. I loved Manny, but I'm not her anymore. I'm someone who wants more, who wants the dark and the danger, and the man who looks at me like I'm the only thing that matters. I'm someone who wants Mateo, and I'm tired of being afraid of that. Friday night, 10:17 p.m. I take the subway to the Celestine. Security tries to stop me at the service entrance. Ma'am, you can't. I'm not here to work. I meet his eyes. I'm here to see someone. You're not authorized. Then call him. Tell him Lucia is here. He hesitates. Then he radios someone. 5 minutes later, he steps aside. 44th floor. I take the service elevator up. My heart is pounding so hard I feel it in my throat. The doors open on 44. I step into the hallway and wait. 10:17 p.m. The main elevator chimes. The doors open. And there he is. Mateo, dark coat. Hands in pockets. Eyes tired. He steps out, head down, and then he sees me. He stops. We stare at each other across 10 feet of marble and silence. Lucia. My name sounds like a wound. Hi. He doesn't move. You shouldn't be here. I know. I told you. You told me to stay away. I know. I heard you. I step closer. But I'm done listening. His jaw tightens. Lucia, you fired me. I got you a better job. You erased me. My voice shakes. You blocked me. You disappeared. You made every decision for me because you decided I was better off without you. You are. That's not your call to make. Yes, it is. He takes a step toward me and I see the exhaustion in his eyes. The guilt. I put you in danger. I almost got you killed. I won't do it again. So you'd rather push me away? Control my whole life just to keep me at a distance? Yes. That's not protection, Mateo. That's cowardice. His eyes flash. Cowardice? Yes. I close the distance between us. You're scared. You're scared that if you keep me, you'll ruin me. So you pushed me away before I could choose to stay. I'm trying to keep you safe. I don't want safe. My voice cracks. I had safe. I had sunshine and easy and a love that never asked me to be anything but soft. And I loved it. I loved him. Tears streak down my face. But that girl is gone, Mateo. She died with him. And I can't keep pretending I can bring her back by choosing the life she would have wanted. He's staring at me, frozen. I'm not her anymore, I whisper. I'm someone who wants the dark, who wants the danger, who wants you. I step closer, close enough to touch. And I'm tired of being afraid of that. Lucia? You told me I don't flirt with men like you. His breath catches. You were right. I look up at him, and I don't look away. I don't flirt. I choose. Silence. His hands are shaking. I'll ruin you. Maybe. I reach up and cup his face, feeling the sharp line of his jaw, the faint stubble, the warmth. But I'd rather be ruined by you than safe without you. You don't know what you're asking. Yes, I do. My voice is steady now, strong. I'm asking you to let me stay. I'm asking you to stop deciding what's good for me and let me decide for myself. I lean in, forehead against his. I'm asking you to be the man after. His hands come up, rough, desperate, and frame my face. I can't replace him. I don't want you to. I close my eyes. I want you to be you, the man who bought my debt, who taught my son to throw paper planes, who looks at me like I'm something worth keeping. I open my eyes. Be that man, and let me keep you back. He's shaking, and then he kisses me. It's not soft. It's desperate and fierce and full of weeks of wanting and fear and relief all tangled together. His hands slide into my hair, tilting my head back, and I grip his coat like I'm afraid he'll disappear. When we finally break apart, we're both breathing hard. You're sure? He whispers against my mouth. Yes. Even knowing what I am? Because of what you are. He exhales, rough, broken, and pulls me into his chest. I feel his heart pounding against mine. I'm not good at this, he murmurs into my hair. Neither am I. I don't know how to be soft. I don't need soft. I need you. He holds me tighter. Okay, just that. Okay. 3 weeks after I showed up in that elevator and told him I was choosing him, we're sitting on his couch at 2 a.m., mugs of tea cooling on the coffee table between us. I'm tucked into the corner, legs folded under me, wearing sweatpants and one of his old shirts. He's at the other end, arms stretched along the back of the couch, watching me with that quiet intensity that still makes my breath catch. We've been talking for hours. About everything. About nothing. And then I ask the question I've been holding on to for weeks. When did you first notice me? He goes still. Lucia. I want to know. I shift closer. When did you first see me? Really see me? He's quiet for a long moment, jaw working like he's deciding whether to tell me. Then he exhales. 11 months ago, your second week at the Celestine. My eyes widen. That long? Yes. What happened? He looks down at his hands. I came in late, around 10 now p.m. You were in the lobby, cleaning the glass on the directory board. You had your headphones in, and you were… He pauses, and something soft crosses his face. You were singing. Quiet. Off-key. You didn't know anyone was watching. Heat floods my cheeks. Oh God. You smiled at something. I don't know what. Some lyric, maybe. And then you went back to work. He looks at me, and his eyes are dark, unguarded. And I couldn't stop watching. My heart kicks. Why? Because you looked… He searches for the word. Free. Even though you were exhausted. Even though you were working a job most people don't see. You looked like you still had something left inside that the world hadn't taken yet. I can barely breathe. I started coming in early after that, he continues. 10 p.m. instead of my usual time. I'd watch the security feeds, or I'd stay in the shadows near the elevators, just watching you work. For 17 minutes, I whisper. He freezes. How did you… Because you always cross the lobby at 10:17. Every single night, I thought… I laugh softly, but it comes out shaky. I thought it was a coincidence, but it wasn't, was it? No. You were watching me. Yes. For months. Yes. I pull my knees to my chest, trying to process. I felt it. Your eyes on me. I thought I was imagining it. I thought I was just lonely, desperate for something I shouldn't want. I look at him. But you were really there. I was. Why didn't you say anything? Because you weren't ready. His voice is rough. You were grieving, drowning. And I'm not… He stops. I'm not the kind of man you go to when you're healing. I'm the kind you run from. But you saved me anyway. I had to. Why? His hands curl into fists on his knees. Because the night those men started calling you, I saw you in the break room. You were shaking, trying not to cry, and I… His jaw tightens. I wanted to kill them, not scare them, not threaten them, kill them. I reach over and take his hand, lacing our fingers together. That's when you decided. That's when I knew I couldn't stay away anymore. You were mine to protect, whether you knew it or not. Tears sting my eyes. Matteo. I know what I am, Lucia. His voice cracks. I know I'm not good. I know I've done things that would make you leave if you knew all of it. But when I look at you… He stops, swallows hard. When I look at you, I see something I don't deserve, and I want it anyway. I shift closer until our knees touch. You do deserve it. No. Yes. I cup his face, feeling the rough stubble, the warmth. You do. He closes his eyes, leaning into my touch. I grew up in a house where love was a weapon, he says quietly. My father used it to control. My mother used it to survive. And when she died, I learned that keeping people close just makes it easier to lose them. Matteo. I built walls, Lucia. High ones. I told myself I didn't need anyone, that wanting was weakness. He opens his eyes, and they're raw, vulnerable. And then you walked into my line of sight, singing off-key in an empty lobby, and I couldn't look away. I'm crying now, silent tears slipping down my cheeks. I'm not him, he says. I'm not your sunshine boy. I can't give you easy. I know. I'll never be completely safe. I know that too. But I'll love you until it kills me. His voice breaks. And even then, I won't stop. I lean forward and kiss him, soft, slow, tasting salt and promise and everything I never thought I'd have again. When I pull back, I rest my forehead against his. 10:17, I whisper. What? That's our time. The time you chose me. The time I chose you back. I smile through my tears. That's ours. He pulls me into his arms, tucking me against his chest. And I feel his heart beating steady and strong beneath my ear. Yeah, he murmurs into my hair. It is. We stay like that for a long time, just holding each other, just being. And for the first time in years, I'm not afraid of what comes next. Because whatever it is, we'll face it together. 6 months later. Saturday morning, I wake up to the smell of coffee and the sound of Nico's laughter coming from the kitchen. For a moment, I just lie there, listening. Then I get up and pad down the hallway in bare feet, and one of Mateo's shirts that's too big on me. The kitchen is warm. Sunlight slants through the window, catching dust motes in the air. Nico is standing on a chair at the counter, carefully folding a piece of bright yellow paper, while Mateo watches, hands braced on either side of him. Like this, Nico asks, tongue poking out in concentration. Sharper crease, Mateo says quietly. Press harder. Nico does, his little fingers smoothing the fold with fierce determination. Good, now flip it. They don't see me yet. I lean against the door frame and just watch. Mateo's sleeves are rolled up, hair still mussed from sleep. And there's a softness in his eyes I never get tired of seeing. It took time to get here, 6 months of learning each other, of him learning to let me in, and me learning to trust that he wouldn't push me away again. 6 months of Nico slowly accepting that Mateo isn't replacing his father. He's just becoming someone new, someone who teaches him to fold planes and reads him dinosaur books with voices that make him giggle. 6 months of building something that feels real. Nico finishes the fold and holds up the plane triumphantly. I did it, you did, now test it. Nico throws it across the kitchen. It soars, straight and true, and lands perfectly on the couch. Yes! Nico pumps both fists in the air. Did you see, Mama? I smile. I saw, baby. That was perfect. Mateo turns, and his eyes find mine. Something passes between us. Quiet. Settled. This is what we built. Coffee's ready, he says. Thank you. Nico scrambles down from the chair and runs over, crashing into my legs. Mateo says we can go to the park today and fly planes. Does he? If your mom says yes, Mateo adds, pouring me a cup. I take it, fingers brushing his. I say yes. Nico cheers and runs off to find his shoes. Mateo steps closer, hand settling on my hip, thumb brushing the bare skin just under the hem of his shirt. You okay? He asks quietly. Yeah. I lean into him. I'm really good. He kisses my temple, soft, lingering. Good. Later, at the park, Nico runs ahead with a fistful of paper planes, and Mateo and I walk slowly behind. His hand is in mine. It still feels precious, like something I'm learning to hold without fear. Elena called this morning, he says. Yeah? Rinaldi's appeal was denied. He's done. I'm quiet for a moment. Good. You okay with that? I'm okay with you, I say simply. The rest is just background noise. He squeezes my hand. Ahead, Nico launches a plane, and it catches the wind, soaring high and far. He laughs, delighted, and chases after it. He's happy, Mateo says. He is. Because of you, I look up at him. Because of us. His mouth curves, just barely, but it's there, a real smile, soft and unguarded and mine. That night, after Nico is asleep, we sit on the couch in Mateo's penthouse, the one that became ours 3 months ago when I finally moved in. There are paper planes on the windowsill, different colors, different sizes, a whole fleet. Nico's dinosaur is perched on the coffee table, newly restitched by Elena. She'd handed it to Mateo with a gruff, "The kid deserves something that doesn't fall apart." The velociraptor sits next to it, companions. Mateo's arm is around me, my head on his chest, and we're just here, not performing, not pretending, just being. I have something for you, he says quietly. I sit up. What? He reaches into his pocket and pulls out a small box. My breath catches. Mateo. It's not that, he says quickly. Not yet, not. He pauses. Not unless you want it to be. I take the box, hands trembling slightly, and open it. Inside, a key, simple, silver, engraved with tiny numbers, 1017. My vision blurs. It's to the lake house, he says quietly. The one upstate. I bought it last month. For us. For Nico. Somewhere. He stops, searching. Somewhere safe. Somewhere that's just ours. I stare at the key, throat too tight for words. You're giving me a house. I'm giving you a home. His hand cups my face. Wherever you are, Lucia, that's home. The tears spill over. I love you, I whisper. I love you too. He kisses me, soft and sure. Always. We sit in the quiet for a long time, wrapped around each other. Then, from somewhere in the building, I hear it. The 10:17 p.m. chime. The elevator. It used to sound like a warning. Now it sounds like a promise. You're safe. You're home. You're loved. I smile against Mateo's chest. What? He murmurs. Nothing. I press a kiss over his heart. Just, thank you. For what? For watching me, for waiting, for choosing me back. His arms tighten around me. Always, he says again. And I believe him. Because this, what we built, isn't sunshine. It's something deeper, stronger. It's paper planes and soup bowls and a man who kneels at my son's level to teach him to throw with a soft hand and a brave heart. It's choosing the dark and finding light inside it. It's us, and it's enough.